2, and 1. Good afternoon, or morning if you are in the US, and welcome along to Your Fate is Already Written, a one-shot in preparation for a campaign we will be beginning in a couple of weeks on a Saturday. I thought this was a good chance to get the group together, give them an idea of how I DM, or how I don't DM, because we're going to cut this down drastically, and to give me an idea of how they play as players, and to just have some fun together as a group. So, without further ado, today I have playing with me Josh.
You know, seeing everyone's art is so soft and nice, and then Simon's just so...
So traditionally here, guys, when I say today I have playing with me and your name, you will do something along the lines of this, hopefully. Today I have playing with me Josh.
Hi, I'm Josh. I will be playing Simon, who is a high elf storm sorcerer. If I knew his personality, I would tell you what it was.
That is absolutely fine. There's a one-shot, we don't expect too much. I have Oscar.
I'm Oscar. I'll be playing Bruce Woodpaw, a mousefolk Kenshi monk, and I'm hoping that we're gonna have a good time.
I have Michaela.
Hi, I'm playing Tia Gladys, the Leonin paladin who is just 2 days away from retirement.
Excellent. I have Jay.
Hi, I'm Jay. I will be playing Kichiro, the fox boy, blade singing wizard.
And I have Tom.
That is me. Hello, I'm Tom. I'm Levi, the hero bunny person, celestial warlock that, just wants to have a good time and heal his friends.
Oh, that's good. Hopefully you guys don't need too much healing. Let's find out. Imagine as a player, right? You the player. Don't be in character quite yet. Imagine you the player are sat, whether it's in a coffee shop, a restaurant, or a bar, and you've gone alone. You take a book, so as not to look stupid or awkward, right? And you sit down at a comfortable table and order yourself something to eat or drink, and you begin to read. As you open your book, you hear a kind of noise as you look around, and you notice a couple of others have also opened their books. But strange that is, you begin to read. And you read about Olivia. Olivia is a homely woman. And she's forgotten to buy our groceries. And she goes down to the local tavern. She orders herself some meat and potatoes and a good glass of ale. And she gets her book out. She's read this book a couple of times. And opens it up to the 3rd chapter where she left off. And begins to read about a detective sat in a local brewery, going through his notes. And as he's reading through his notes, he can't help but feel that every time he turns a page, there's a rustle. As people around him are turning the page with him. Like a chorus of books opening and closing. And Olivia, as she reads that in this book everybody's reading simultaneously, can't help but look around nervously. She sort of sees people around her sat around reading, but that's just a coincidence, right? Where's our music gone? Was it just decided to... Nope. Music, come back. Sorry. Allow me to go fix. So I queued like a shit ton of music, so I don't know why. Well, it'll do what it does. Anyway. So, as she looks around, she notices there are some people reading, and she kind of thinks, huh. It's a bit weird, but it's just a coincidence, surely. She returns to her book, and she even reads of how, in the detective story, the innkeeper himself and the serving staff stood still, reading their books. She looks around again and sees that indeed, even the tavern owner is reading his book. As readers, you feel compelled to look up from your book. And you look over to your coffee shop owner. You see your tavern brewer open their book and read. She feels a pull, Olivia, in her book as you look down, and you also feel a pull to read the next page to find out what happens next. a desperate need to see what's on the next page. And as she turns the page, she reads. The detective simply snaps his notes shut, stands up, and walks out of the door of the tavern. At that moment, Olivia feels compelled to do the same. She shuts her book and hears all around her the shutting of a book. As she stands up and walks out the tavern, followed by a group of 6 others. Well, 5 others, actually. One is going to be silent this campaign, as Hannah isn't here. And each of these people is holding a book in their hand. Please, Simon, can you describe how your character looks at this particular moment?
Sure. He has white spiky hair, and is quite slim built. He has just plain dark clothing on and a black cape. Yeah. And his eyes are glowing white.
Fantastic. Kishiro, what does your currently look like? Is Kichiro or Kishiro?
Kichiro.
Kichiro. Okay, Kichiro, please explain how you look right now.
So Kichiro sort of has like this poofy sort of like gosh, what would the right term be for yukata? No, not yukata.
Oh, I ain't gonna have a clue. I ain't gonna have a clue. Whatever you say it, unless it's a kimono, which Lavi has made me learn. Yeah.
Similar to that. But he's in a weird like crouched sort of position in his chair, not exactly like fully sitting, just reading the book. Yeah, his hair is like brushed over his right eye, and yeah, he's got these ears.
Oh, he's got his little ears. Who else has little ears? Bruce, tell me what you look like right now.
Bruce is wearing simple clothing, nothing really too extravagant. You notice the very white fur with brown spots mostly on his back, which really aren't able to be seen. Carries a sword on his hip. He's relatively small, but about the average size for a mouse folk. Beady black eyes.
Levi, you're next. What do you look like? What are you wearing?
Okay, just see like this little like 4 foot tall, like kind of bunny person with yellowish fur, you know, big bunny ears, kind of like this coat made of leaves and a quarterstaff on his back. And you just see him like he's not even sitting right on the chair. He has like his both legs up on it, and he's just like has the book on his legs. And you see like his ears kind of like twitch around as you know he kind of looks around and focuses on the book.
Yes, and Tia, please explain how your character looks.
Tia is pretty tall, a Leonin. Is that how you say it? She's got a lot of, I guess you would say, mane. I know that the lioness don't typically have mane, but
I
I've
have a
heard
lot of
it.
mane. It's fine.
Yeah, but it's her fur is maybe starting to lose a little bit of his color. She has a few scars. You can tell that she's been around the block. She's seen some things, and she's dressed very comfortably. She just is trying to have a nice, relaxing day for once.
As you all get outside the tavern, you realize that although it was the middle of the afternoon when you went in, it's now the middle of the night. You look around and you see a few things. There is... this is an inn in the middle of nowhere. There are no other buildings except one that sits the other side of the town and looks ramshackle, abandoned, run down. You see a large sort of opening at the front, as if it's only a 3-wall building now with a roof. And perhaps a couple of dividers inside. The front of the building is completely ruined, and you see the crumbling remnants of it in front of you. In front of it, sorry. As you look over to your left, you see that there is the beginning of a forest, a dark forest, a thicket. And as you look further to your right, you see a path winding down towards the beginnings of a hill, where you can see an opening in the hill, like a cave or a tunnel. At this point, Olivia turns to you all and, I don't know what to do. I was just reading my book and now I don't know where I am. I'm so far from home. Help me. Help me. Help me get home, please. Who are you? Help me find my way. As I turn to the group, what are all of you doing?
I'd like to ask Olivia, who are you? What is the last thing you remember?
Olivia Harbuckle. I live in the village of Jason. I am the daughter of a woodworker, and my mother, she works at the local farm, milking the cows. We live well, but I had headed down to the tavern to read. I'd forgotten to buy any groceries, and my parents are away, and I didn't have anything to eat, so I headed down to the inn and I ordered some meat and potatoes and a glass of ale, and then as I was reading about the character in my book reading, and everybody around him reading, and then I looked up and all of you were reading, and the book compelled me to this book here. She sort of waves it in front of you. This book here, I was reading this. And as you look at it, you see that it is indeed the same book that all of you are reading. Sherlock Holmes. Book 3. Well, we had to name it something.
That's the name of the book.
Yeah, it's irrelevant. It's a detective novel that doesn't seem to have any sway on anything important. What matters is that as you open this book, it no longer tells the story of Sherlock Holmes. It tells the story of you walking into a tavern, reading, seeing everybody around you close their books and walk out. It says that you closed your book and walked out, and the rest of the pages are blank, save for a small hand-drawn map delineating the forest, the abandoned building in front of you, and a cave over to the right. What do we think? Where are we going?
So, hold on a second. So we were in a tavern, all reading the same book. Then got up and left, and when we went through the door, we're now in this place with Olivia, who was in the book we were reading. But now the book that we were reading talks about us, not Olivia.
Indeed.
Okay, good. I thought I was going crazy.
Nope, that is indeed exactly how it is meant to be. The tavern is still behind you, by the way. The tavern hasn't vanished in the middle of nowhere. Sorry, Bruce, go on.
We opened up the door, we walked outside, we opened up the book, and we saw a map, and it showed there was a cave on our right.
You can see this cave, the entrance in the hill, just to your right. You can see the abandoned building in front of you and the forest to the left.
And it's all in that map, so everything that's around us is in the map.
As well as the tavern, yeah.
Okay. That's out of character. My character is actually stupid, so...
That's fine. So does anybody have a particular direction they wish to go? Anybody have a...
So, in the book, Olivia was reading a book about a detective, right? Okay. So assumably somewhere in here we're gonna find a detective.
No, because if you now look down, the book you're holding is the book she was reading.
Yeah.
The name of the campaign, Josh.
Yeah, but then surely we're then gonna at some point teleport to where the detective is.
Maybe. That you'll have to work out for yourself.
So you said the rest of the pages are blank?
It's waiting for you to fill them in.
So I would like to test something, I guess. While holding the book open, Tia approaches the abandoned building to see if anything changes about it.
As a DM, I'm very tempted to say the book tells you to look up before you bump into the wall, but it's not going to. It is merely going to say that you approach the abandoned building.
Ooh, interesting. Okay, then I'm
So as you get to the abandoned building, Tia, will you please give me a perception check? Carry on, Simon, as you will.
Okay. 17.
Okay. As soon as you get to the entrance of this building, you notice something immediately. Over to the right, you see an old writing desk. On this writing desk is a book open with...
Oh no.
and in front of it is a skeleton of a man. He still clutches the pen. But it's just a skeleton.
Oh, a skeleton is sitting at the desk?
Mm.
Okay.
Okay, opening my book, do I now see the same thing that's being filled out?
You do. No. Sorry. What? Okay, that's a confusing question. What do you mean? Have you walked over to the building?
And Tia opened her book and then walked to the abandoned building. It then said in the book that her as a character is approaching an abandoned
It did,
building.
but
Everyone
yours will
else
only
looks
say
at
that
it.
if you have approached the building. If you
Right,
haven't
so it
approached the
is
building, it says
tailored
nothing.
to-
It's personal. It is
Right,
most
right,
definitely
okay.
personal.
So I'm gonna look down at my book, and I'm just gonna be extremely confused at what I see and not really quite understand what's happening. And I'm just gonna start following Tia towards the building because curious as well as to what's happening.
Okay. As you look over, what was your perception, sorry, McKenna?
17.
17. As you look over at the writer hunched over this book, obviously, you notice that there is a book as well. On top of the writing table is a slot. It's sort of book-shaped. And you might assume that this is where his book goes when he's not writing in it, though this slot is empty. He clutches a pen in his hand, but behind him, most of the building has crumbled away. There is a kitchen that is sort of ramshackle, bits of chair and bits of sideboard all broken down. One thing you do notice, though, is that Tia doesn't recognize all of these items. Some of them are perhaps of a different material, a material you wouldn't expect. I'm not sure Tia's ever encountered plastic, for example.
No, I don't think so.
Tom, your microphone is creating all kinds of manic havoc. Fabulous, thank you. It's done. That's done wonders. Kichiro, what are you doing right now as you see Tia approach this building?
I'm gonna turn to Olivia.
Mm-hmm.
That's her name, right?
Yeah, that's her name.
Okay. Yes. So where exactly do you hail from?
Oh god, that's a test because I told you a minute ago and I can't remember what the name of the village was. Oh, Jayston. She hails from Jayston.
Okay, and exactly what direction is that in?
I've no idea where we are, so knowing where it would be is, well,
What is it
relatively
like?
difficult.
In a foresty area, a mountain region, perhaps?
No, it's a big city. It's surrounded by other cities. We've got a bar near us, a tavern. We've got stables. There's a blacksmith's on the corner. As you look sort of out from the city, you'd see the lake. That would be the closest thing to us. The city's surrounded by a lake. You have to cross over on a boat. I know of nowhere that looks like this. Not that I've been in my life.
Quite curious. Well, I'll do the best I can for you.
Okay. As you all are approaching, those of you who do approach Tia, Tia, what are you doing, having seen this hunched over author?
I want to look at the book that he has open.
Okay. You start by reading of Tia Gladys walking out of a tavern. her book in hand, walking over to an abandoned building, but there is another line. And the line in his book that he wrote just before he died was that Olivia faded away.
I turn to look at Olivia. Is she
And
okay? She's
as
still
you turn, you see that she becomes thinner, less corporeal. And as she turns to sort of translucent, she fades into this sort of wispy smoke. And that smoke flies into the pages of the book that is on the author's table.
The book ate Olivia.
That it did! It ate her soul, but you know. Oh,
Oh, sorry, I broke your thing.
no, it's all good.
Having already approached and come up to the building around Tia, I'm going to, in my head, think about how many drinks I had as I saw Olivia go into the book. And then I'm gonna look at Tia and I'm gonna say, is there anything new written in there?
I'm gonna open my book as well and compare.
It's identical.
Just that Olivia faded away.
I'm gonna
As
pick
you're
up
as
Sarah's
you're
name.
all looking in your own books, it continues the sentence. Olivia faded away. Her fate was already written.
Oh,
So is the skeleton holding a pen?
It is.
Okay, I would like to go up to said skeleton, take the pen,
Okay.
and write in his book. Bruce falls over.
You write this in, but as soon as your pen touches the book, the ink fades into it. The words don't keep.
Okay, I'll try writing it in my book.
Nothing. Give me
Just like
a give me an
shake it in my hand. Stupid
No, no.
pen doesn't work, and throw it.
give me an insight check before you throw the pen.
It's a dirty 20.
It's not ink.
It's blood. It's shit.
Yeah, but it's the pen you were holding had no ink in it, but it did nothing when you wrote. It just sort of left a mark in the page, which then faded in.
Oh great, then I'll put it back in the skeleton's hand, and I'll try and put it around the finger so that it can write with it.
Give me a
And then I'll
DC 2 intelligence check.
You a what?
Skeletons don't have blood.
No, that's what I'm talking about.
Oh, okay.
But I want to see if I write with his hand.
Yeah, no, skeletons have no blood. The pen can't draw blood from him.
When you're writing.
Well, it takes blood from him when he's writing, except he's dead. Now, it took blood from him when he was writing.
So it only can be done with his blood.
No, I believe what he's trying to say is it took blood from you when you were writing.
No, I'm merely telling you that that pen took the blood from him. If you wanted to be able to write in your book, you would need the right pen that takes blood from you.
Oh, are there pens? Is this Ollivander's? Are there pens strewn
No,
about?
no, there are no pens strewn about. You may try and make the pen work for you to draw your blood.
I don't like how you're saying that.
But I can't promise that it'll have the effect you desire.
No, I will throw the pen.
That is nice. I'm gonna pick it up and put it back in the desk.
Okay.
I might need it later.
Did you say the dead guy might need it later?
Yeah, I mean, maybe he's just taking a nap, you guys.
I think this is quite more than a nap.
I think he might be dead.
I'm a doctor. I can tell you. Some people taking very intense naps.
And I'm somewhat of a writer. I can tell you that he's dead.
Well, regardless, You can each look around the building, but as each of you look around the abandoned building, you notice that there isn't really much here, although each of you notices that perhaps it's not a building out of your own time. I don't know which time zone you all come from, but I do know that it's unlikely any of you were from the exact time period. Certainly to Olivia, these would have been foreign. It is,
I'm from the 21st century Manhattan. That's where the X-Men are.
in this case, it looks dated to you. Think perhaps early 50s? From your own personal knowledge, but obviously your characters, unless you were born after that, won't know this. You are in the time zone of this building now. As you all look down to your books and see that Olivia's fate was already written, all you have now is blank pages and the map from before. However, on the abandoned building now is a cross through it.
Oh.
And she's fucked, yeah, she's gone forever, dead.
What happened to the book she was holding?
What did happen to the book she was holding? That's not a question you're able to answer. It's not around.
Oh, it's gone also?
Yeah, everything that was part of her has gone.
Olivia went into the book the skeleton has, right?
Mhm.
I'll grab it. The book the skeleton has.
Okay.
Can he take it?
Yep, and as you close it, you see that the book's title is The Fate of Olivia Combs.
Oh, I mean, this only, it says her fate was already written. Maybe it's nice. Maybe she likes living in the book.
I'm gonna check the title of my book now that that has happened.
The
I am
Fate
too.
of Bruce Woodpool. And so on and so forth. It says The Fate of and your name.
Guys,
Well,
it's
it's fun.
Olivia's book ate her. Do you think that means our books are gonna eat us too?
I guess.
You look
I
very
can't get
cute.
over the idea that you think the book ate her.
Most likely.
Her soul went into it, but sure, we can call it eating her. Go on, Michaela. Sorry, didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh,
Should we maybe try destroying our books so they won't,
I'm
jump
scared
in
of
our
that.
Burn
face?
Yeah, that
glorious
scares me.
fire.
That thought scares me.
You can try burning your book if you want. I have no idea what's going to happen. I didn't even consider that somebody would try that. But in general, for those of you who are not going to burn your books, anywhere in particular you might want to go.
My brain says the only other option at this point is the cave.
My brain says that the map has two other options on it.
Forest too, right?
But yes,
I see big thing on map.
and-
I'm
knowing...
Perhaps the forest.
Yeah, I won't normally push you along quite so hard, but do bear in mind we are on quite a severe time limit here. So, yeah. Onwards. To the cave, did you say, Bruce?
I mean, I see something big. I want to go there, but I'll confer with my party first of people and ask them where they would like to go.
the building got crossed off on the map. So
Did it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
I like the forest.
The forest sounds nice.
okay, let's save the cave then.
Into the forest we go. Who here has the highest survival? Who would be a character that would understand the woods? Do we have? Okay, first of all, do we have a ranger? We do not, do we?
I think Hannah
I have a
was
+5.
ranger.
Yeah, I think that was Hannah. Hannah was a. No, I think. Yeah, she was the ranger. So I will probably follow the. I'll probably ask Levi. What's your survival?
No, not that high. It's +3.
Mine's +5.
Great, Bruce. It's you.
20 wisdom.
You're up. So I will take a wilderness, a survival check, please. A wilderness check. Yes, one of those. Just making things up.
That is a dirty 20.
That is
Wait, not dirty 9. That's a 19. That's a 19. Sorry.
a 19. Okay, excellent. As you are entering this forest, is there anything you are doing to make sure that you either do not get lost or can find your way back, or It's quite dark in this
Um,
forest, and it's full of gnarly, curled branches and strange lighting. And there's this low fog, sort of waist height for you, shin height for the rest of you.
Well, as I'm going through, I'll leave marks on the trees with my claws or my sword as we go through, just for being able to see where
Yep.
what path we came from.
Okay.
Keep in mind these are about like a foot and a half off the ground, so I'm probably the only person that would look down and see them or look at them.
Seeing Bruce do this, I'm gonna pick him up and hold him against trees as we go along.
Okay.
I'm also gonna use the light spell and make light come out of my quarterstaff.
Excellent. That will lower the DC. Fantastic. In that case, Bruce, you passed the first one, and you are able to navigate yourselves onto what appears to be something of a path. I will take a second survival check from you, please.
I don't know what my dice are super laggy on this website right now.
It's okay.
That'll be a 13.
Oops. You got turned
One off
around.
for a night.
Yeah. You got turned around. You're back to the beginning. How do you know you're one off?
I know how you roll.
Yeah. It's you need to make a DC 14 check. Unfortunately, you did not succeed. You find yourself back to the beginning, but you're able to get back on that path. Please roll again.
Oh, wait, guys, if we're gonna try this again, I actually have something that might help.
What is it?
Yeah,
Okay.
go
Okay,
on.
Let me just look in my brain. He looks into his bag and, okay, it needs to be a little smaller. Give me a little time. And then he takes out like a little necklace with a little carrot, and he's like, "Here,
Aw.
it's for you."
We'll
Aw.
take the carrot, look Levi in the eyes, and say, "Are you patronizing me?"
No.
And then I will eat the carrot and roll a 10.
No way.
I mean, did
Ah.
you put on the necklace?
No, I ate it thinking it was food.
Oh dear. That's not good. You ate his.
I
You
got
ate.
inside of you, so I guess it works.
Yeah, that'll
You can
work.
add, like, one before.
You can add the
You
one
can add
before
one
from the
before.
talisman.
As Bruce eats it, I'm just gonna stroke his head in my hand.
Aww.
That was a neck. You might have indigestion later, but don't worry, I can help you with some berries.
It's a D4
Oh,
additional. A D4. You ate his talisman of the pact.
Yeah, so I think that you thought it was a carrot. What it was a necklace with a little carrot like pendant. It wasn't an actual carrot.
It's like a charm.
I saw
Isn't
some
that
fucking
metal?
carrot.
Bruce like, I saw carrot. I thought I was a rabbit. It all went wrong. Just a D4 on top of that. Can you get a 4 on your D4, please?
Please get a 4.
You want me to add it? Oh,
Yeah. It's a
Here
D4
we go.
additional to your shitty roll.
I'm just gonna close my eyes and pray.
Sure. I'll read it off then.
That is a fat 3.
Fat 3, 2 13s in a row. Yeah, you get turned away back to the beginning. Again, you maybe think that perhaps this forest thing isn't for you.
Should we abandon this? Let's go to the cave. I'm sick of these trees.
Excellent.
Before we all get
Yeah.
eaten by our books.
Wait, guys. What do you think, Olivia? And he's gonna ask the book that Olivia went into, and just put the book right into his ear and see if he can hear anything.
Look
No.
down at my book
No,
and
I
start
wish
reading.
the book did something. It tells
Yeah.
of how you headed your way to the forest but got turned around.
Twice.
Tell me an
For
idiot.
everybody that isn't Bruce, you look in and it says that you went down to the forest and were led by somebody who clearly didn't know how to navigate a forest.
Does Levi say that he witnessed a mouse folk eat a necklace?
No. No, it does not. Irrelevant things don't seem to stick in the book. However, assuming we're going over to the cave.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
As you arrive at the cave, it is a dark, dark entrance, but you see a light up ahead, perhaps 30 or 40 feet into the cave. This light is a dark red light. Are you headed in?
In the cave, we see the light.
Yeah. 30 or 40
Red
feet
light.
into the cave, you see a dark red light.
By dark
like
red
red,
light,
I'm
do you
going.
mean fire, or do you mean like a different type of light?
Give me a perception check. And do you have dark vision?
I do. That was a nat 1 for a 5.
You haven't got a clue. You just know the light's dark and red. By dark, I don't mean in terms of how bright the light is. I mean it's deep red in colour.
Ooh.
It's quite bright.
Okay,
We
if in-
see-
my quarterstaff is still shining, though, so we have
Yep.
a little bit of our
Yeah,
own
that's
light.
fine. Is anybody going in?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
okay. Kichiro, that is Kichiro in first. I heard that. Yes. Come straight out. In you go. As you arrive in, you see a steel table within the cave. The cave opens out into a large circle. And on this steel table are 3 skulls placed left, center, and right. In the center of each skull is a singular silver dagger. And there is a page in front of each of these skulls in elegant script. Over to the side of the table is a singular chair made of wood, and on this chair is a small book, leather, and it's sort of bound. Do you know how those books sometimes have a binding that then wraps over to keep it closed?
Yeah.
That's how the leather book looks.
Okay, so there's 3 skulls and each one have a sheet in front of them.
A sheet in front of them and a silver dagger in the center of them, like
Okay.
actually pushed into the skull.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I will also take a perception check, Kichiro, to see whether you spot something else.
Perception. 14.
14 is plenty. You see that the eyes of the skulls have been replaced by rubies. Is anybody here a warlock? Yep. Levi, you immediately know that this is a dark ritual of some kind, although it is clearly finished and completed. That you can have for free. It will take an Arcana check from you to know the details of the ritual, but for anybody else, I need to know if you can read what's on the page. As you
I
move
know
up,
6
Kichiro,
languages.
you know 6 languages. Are any of them Elvish?
Yes.
Great! Fantastic. As you head over, you read that it is a summoning to Denier.
Seeing the skulls with the rubies in them, I'm gonna pick up the skull. I'm gonna turn to everyone. Do you know how many Nintendo Switches I could get with these rubies?
Oh, that's right. You're
What I
from
mean,
Manhattan.
the Switch is- But
What
I'm
is it?
glad you're
Nintendo
happy.
Switch?
We will not delve into the confusion from the party members as to what a Switch is because of our timer, but we would normally. As you read this page, you see that it is a request from Denier. As you are reading this out loud, is that correct, Simon? Yes, Simon? You're reading this
Yes.
out loud? Fantastic. Thank you very much. Do we have a cleric? No.
Paladin.
A paladin will do. I'll take a religious check from you as I read. And as you see it, it says, Denier, Denier, grant us the knowledge to know what is right. Grant us that which tells us what our fate will be tonight. Lead us into the darkness and back out into the light. Denier, grant us the knowledge to know what is right. Your religion check was?
I got a 14.
A 14. You know that Denier is the god of knowledge and of literature, which is probably quite relevant given that you find yourselves in some sort of book writing weird situation. Did anybody pick up the leather book on the chair?
I would have gone for it.
Okay. The book on the chair is written in common. And it is a diary. You start with all the boring pages about how, I don't know, Fred isn't answering her calls and she...
Also, the best part is
You
that
know,
how to take great stakes to care about them.
Yeah, well, we're not going to give a shit about them because this character is irrelevant and super dead. However, you will read as you go through about a hut in the woods. And very kindly, she describes her journey through the woods to the hut so you can't get lost. I thought ahead about this in case you could never make 3 14 DC wilderness checks in a row.
Big +5, you know.
I thought you had a ranger. She would have been rolling an advantage. That's why I set the DC where I did. Anyway, and you read that in the woods is an author who claims to be in touch with Denier. They then talk about the ritual that they wish to do, which will grant the author the power to write the truth and the future, so that they may read of their future in a book. These 3 witches. That's the last page. You may make the assumption that something went wrong, or they're dead. That is up to you. Nevertheless, as you look at these 3 skulls, silver, well, 2 skulls, because the other one's in Simon's hand, silver daggers inside their heads and rubies for eyes, and each page says the same rhyme on it, a summons to Denier, you may assume that these were the items used in the blood magic ritual. There's nothing else in the cave. Go on.
The diary belonged to one of these witches.
100% you'd know it was one of the people who was going to do the ritual.
And Fred wasn't answering her text. No, he's okay.
That
It was all
that's
for
a
Fred.
shameful thing to do.
But
I just want to talk about how ironic it is that I wrote my character as an author.
Oh, good. I'm very glad. Then this will be relevant later on.
Anything else in the cave?
No. No, the cave is most definitely fairly empty. No
Can
distractions.
I grab one of the skulls and try to take out a ruby?
Yeah, you can. How are you attempting to remove the ruby from the skull?
So it's like wedged into the eye?
It's
How so?
as if it is the eye. It is fixated in there. You could attempt to knock it one way or the other, or pry it out. It's up to you.
Yeah, I'll take out like this little short knife I have and try and pry out the ruby.
Okay. Give me a dex check, please.
Dex.
Sleight of hand if you have proficiency.
I don't. 13.
13. Yeah, the ruby pings out. You gonna catch it?
Yes.
Great. Make a dex save.
Dex save. 14.
You will take half of 17 fire damage, as the ruby is not only incredibly hot, but as you grab it, it bursts out in a quick ball of flame. You can assume that it still contains the magic of the ritual. But as you manage to let go of it really quickly, you only take half, so that'll be 8 fire damage. We always round down. So, yeah. Go on, Josh.
The sheet in front of the skull, what does it say?
Oh, God, don't make me remember that again. It tells a rhyme that I made up on the spot, so I'm not going to be able to repeat it straight away. That basically says that they want somebody to tell them what their future holds and to tell them what is right. Give them knowledge to tell us what is right. Something, summon in the light. I don't know. It sounded good when I wrote it when I said it the first time.
To do this ritual, do all we have to do is read that out?
No, Levi would be able to tell you quite simply that it's a blood magic ritual that requires your blood and the skull of a family member, and you have to be in touch with Denier, and you have to do it on a stormy night at midnight. It's a witch ritual. It required 3 of them as well, chanting in a circle, all that sort of dark shit. No, you cannot attempt the ritual.
Onions.
Yeah, lots of onions for dinner.
Oh.
All of the above. You can assume that ritual is not going to happen.
Guys, I have good news.
Oh.
Yes.
Good news is good news.
Yeah, the diary says how we can get to a heart in the forest, and apparently there's someone there who can help us. It's like a guy who is in touch with Denier, and maybe he can help Olivia too. Olivia, we're gonna get you out.
Denier, the god these 3 sacrificed themselves to?
My question
Little
is more so
area.
is there directions?
Yes.
Yeah, there's directions.
And as you progress over on those directions, we're going to be back in 1 moment. Sorry. Welcome back after that short break. You were following the directions to a hut in the woods.
As we walk through the woods, I'm just gonna like mutter to myself, witches, rituals, gods, and I thought Magneto was crazy.
Where's Magneto?
Tell me more
feel
of
like
this.
if I-
Tell me
Magneto?
more.
If I
It's
you
crazy.
sit down before we leave here, and before we get sucked into a book, most likely. And you should tell me about this and make a good story.
Yeah, there's lots of kapows and bangs and yeah.
I can't get copyrights. Copyrighted by
Like
Marvel. I
that.
write it before Marvel.
As you head through the woods, you see a hut up ahead. And on the door, in golden script, it says Edgar J. Davidson. Which I will repeat in text format. In case you want it later. There is a small ringable bell outside, but the door is ajar.
I'll ring the bell regardless.
Weird. The
Ding,
door is
ding, ding,
ajar.
ding. The door is ajar. I know. Imagine. As
I'm gonna
you
walk in.
as you ring the bell, nothing happens, and after a couple of moments, Bruce pushes the door open, and you see that this has been left like almost in the middle of lunch. Although, from the smell of it, lunch was a couple of days ago. The table is laid for one, and as you can't help but look immediately at the food that is going off, and see that next to the plate for one is a book.
What is written on the cover?
The book is open,
Oh,
and as soon as you walk over, you will notice the book is writing at you. Pick me up! Pick me up! I'm stuck in here! Help! Pick me up!
Another book friend like Olivia. I'll pick it up.
And as you look down, it's writing to you. And what it says is, "My name's Edgar J. Davidson. I'm an author. I've written many books, but I seem to have written myself into this one. It happened during my
Edgar,
lunch."
I'm Levi. This is my friend Olivia. She's also in a book.
No
Can we get
response.
you out somehow?
No response.
Is there cheese on the table?
No.
it's rotting.
It's just meat and bread.
Has
Is
Edgar
this-
trapped himself in a book? Any idea how to get him out?
And is he responding to us?
No. He's just
Oh.
writing frantically. Pick me up, pick
Can
me
you
up.
tell us
Anybody
who-
help me.
Is there a pen nearby?
Yes, there was a pen next to the book.
I'm gonna pick up the pen and attempt to write in the book like
Excellent.
Simon did, and I'm gonna ask if he can understand what I'm like. If he can see.
He
what I'm
responds
writing.
immediately to what you're writing. Yes,
Oh.
I can hear you. Is that the right phrase? Turn of phrase was always my speciality, but hear you seems inappropriate in this moment. Nevertheless, you will find yourself in my home, I assume, where my book was left. Please tell me it's in my home, no?
Yeah, I'll write back and I'll tell him that we made his way to the home in the forest and we found his terribly old lunch and
It all started on the Thursday, you see. The book begins to write at you. A man approached me with a cowl up. He spoke as if with a forked tongue, every word a hiss, as if he had no real mouth. But he offered me a lot of money for my most recent book before I release it to the public. He said he could make me something truly special. Every author wishes for a moment where they write their best book. He said that I would write a book so engrossing that each that read it would step into it, and it would become their story.
I'm going to ask the gentleman in the book if he happened to have written Sherlock whatever the third.
Sherlock Holmes the Third.
Yeah.
He did. He
And I'm
did.
gonna ask him if that's that book.
And he wrote the sequel, Olivia Combs. The sequel, Olivia Combs, is the book that the gentleman in the tavern helped him with.
I'm going to relay this information that I have now discovered with the group and tell them that this
In my
guy's
head,
the
you're
author of
all
the book.
standing round the table reading the book as it writes back, right? It's in common. You can all read it quite clearly. Bruce's handwriting's perfectly legible. So yeah, this conversation is going on with all of you. If any of you wish to contribute a question, please just throw it at him.
So, he wrote the Olivia book, so Olivia belongs in this book. She's fine.
Olivia is but a character, he says.
I'll
Oh.
I'll message and ask him if he knows of any way to get out of the book.
If I did, I would not be in the book, no? Why? Do you find yourselves in a similar situation? Are we all booking together?
We do all happen to be booking together.
Tell me, where are you? What does it
It's a
look
real
like?
book club.
Is it my home? He said,
Yes,
you told
we
him,
are.
oh, you told him you're in his home. Then
Yeah,
it's...
we'll tell him that he's in his home, but that it seems to me that we all came from different places that were within the world that we're in.
It's the story of Olivia Combs. She finds travelers along the road who have come from different places in time and space. They each came to the tavern to speak to her, and she went with them to solve their mysteries.
I seen how the book ends. I seen how the Olivia book ends.
Have you?
Let's see.
Not well for her.
No.
I'm gonna write in there and I'm gonna ask him how we solve this mystery or the ending of the mystery.
I don't think you can solve something that isn't yet solved, or I don't think I can give any advice on it. But if you're at that moment, that means you're in the right place. You must go back to the tavern. Perhaps you may find this man who speaks with forked tongue and ask him why you are here.
I will thank him, and assuming that nobody else has any other questions.
He called himself Denny.
Denny?
Denny. Denny.
Denny's?
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 No, just
Denny's
Denny.
Tavern we were
We
in.
showed up at the Denny's?
Showed up at a Denny's.
I don't know if that's a thing in the US, but it sure as hell isn't anything here. So, coincidence is
End up
wonderful.
After the bar.
Oh dear. That's not good. Yeah, no, it's nothing like that. The tavern's perfectly chill. Although it is
Okay.
randomly in the middle of nowhere. But, well, so's the hut.
Should we
Can
take
I look
the
at...
Edgar book with the Olivia book? Are we taking Edgar with us?
Yeah, we should take Edgar.
Okay.
And what were
That's
you
what
saying,
I was
Michaela?
I was saying is how if anybody else had any, no other questions, I just put it in my bag and take it with us.
Were you saying something, Michaela, to the same...
I wanted to look at the book I'm holding now and see has the map updated, the text in
There
time?
is a cross through both the cave and the woods, and a circle around the tavern. Kindly underneath there is written Denny in neat little writing. Please give me an insight check. You will have advantage if you have any proficiency with the cartographer's tools.
I'm sure I don't have that.
I didn't know if our author did.
I have calligrapher's supplies, yes.
Calligrapher is exactly what you will need there. So yes, not cartographer, calligraphy, sorry. Yes, in that case, Bruce, will you give me an insight check with advantage and see if you can roll higher than Tia?
Well, I have a +8, so I'd hope.
You'd
Well,
hope, wouldn't
I
you?
have I got a 15.
Okay,
What
I
is
gotta-
with your dice today?
I have advantage. I'm rolling again.
Yeah, but what is with your dice taking so long? Like,
oh
Joe
yeah,
did not
it's
run
super
before.
laggy.
are they like rolling around the screen or something?
Yeah, I actually set it. So
Incredible.
That it goes 40 times.
With advantage and a +8, you have rolled worse than Tia, who met the DC while you didn't. Fantastic. That's what I like to see. The handwriting in all of your books is exactly the same as the handwriting in the book in which Edgar J. Davidson is trapped. You could assume that he was trying to communicate with you by filling out the map and putting crosses.
Wait.
But
What
then
about
is he-
Olivia
he-
book. Is he the skeleton?
Also, on that note, is he the one writing like our personal updates in the book?
Yes. That's what
Wait,
the
is
check
he?
was for.
So I'm assuming that figuring out that the pen uses blood, was that just for us or was that for our characters to understand?
It was for your characters to understand. However, you don't have a pen at the moment.
Well, I have the
that-
pen that I was using.
The
to
pen you're
write
writing
this
in Edgar's book is ink, not blood.
book.
It's just a standard
what if I
ink
attempt to write in my book that Simon trips with the ink pen.
Nothing.
Oh.
As soon as the ink touches the book, it dissipates into it.
I'd like to take the pen to write into Edgar's book
Mhm.
and to talk to him. I'll just put if you're writing our books, why can't you just write? And they solved the mystery and they went home. The end.
I am not writing your books. I am filling in the information as you go. I am keeping record. You're not the first travelers to come. I'm sure you won't be the last.
He's using us for material. What a shitter.
Guys,
I think the tavern.
but is he the one who ate Olivia then? Is it, yeah, because the Olivia
Yes.
book, is that also the same handwriting?
No.
Olivia's book is different.
Olivia's book is in a different handwriting. It
Yeah,
is in
yeah,
a
yeah.
very more modern script. It is not written with quill, but with like a ballpoint pen or a biro, as such. Whereas all yours are written in very elegant script, Edgar J. Davison's hand. As you look around Edgar J. Davison's house, whereas the abandoned building was set somewhat in the 50s, this is medieval. He has an old stove, a kettle hooked over the fireplace. No lighting, but candles, candelabra. It's much more oldie-worldy.
Wow. Looks like we're being pointed to the tavern.
That you are.
Should we? I don't want to sound mean. It sounds like Olivia was kind of the main character. Does that mean we should recast Olivia now that, you know, she's in a book?
Well, for recasting.
Nevertheless,
If we're
I will
hoping on
usher
this,
you very quickly towards the tavern, or you will run out of time.
Oh wait,
We go to the
Go
tavern.
on, Simon.
I was just gonna say to Bruce, since he's a writer, what kind of book are we in? Thriller, romance,
I'm
comedy?
gonna look at him. I'm gonna look him dead in the eyes with my beady little passive eyes, and I'm gonna look him dead in the face, and I'm gonna say, "It's a goddamn mystery novel, you fucking idiot."
Have this subgenre.
Regardless, you turn up at the tavern, and as you open the tavern door, that red light that you saw in the witch's cavern is here. There is no innkeeper, no tables, no chairs. There is an altar. Or a writing desk. Maybe a bit of both. It's a stone altar with one of those wooden old school writing desks on it. Sitting behind the altar, with his head on his interlocked fingers, there's a man in a cowl who looks at you. So, will you be the next authors of fate?
I mean, I am an author.
Well,
Yeah, take
anyone
him.
can say
Yeah.
they write books, but books worth reading is another question.
Pretty popular. amongst
What
the townsfolk,
happens
I think.
next, Bruce Woodpaw?
Well, I've seemed to come to the understanding that the books that you have people write suck people into books.
No,
Uh,
the wrong way around.
the books get sucked
People
into them.
suck books?
The people write themselves into the books. The books don't suck anything into anyone.
Are you sure? Because I think my friend Olivia was sucked into this book.
Full Olivia is fiction. She was never real.
Where
It was real to me!
But wait, if we're in the book, does that make us fiction now?
No,
It what?
you are not in a book yet. You didn't write these books. You are not written yourselves into the book. You are merely part of a tale. But you could be
Well-
the author of your own fate, if you so desired.
Well,
I
how do
ask
you-
him if I could write myself out of this book in a new book.
Things don't seem to go well for these authors.
I mean, if I could get out, I'm saying this out loud to Denny. If you could write me into Eat, Pray, Love, that would be great.
You need to tell me these more of these stories, Simon.
That book
I
is
think
not
that
written
I
yet.
could definitely use your knowledge.
A little like your fate.
I love praying and eating.
Now,
I think I'm that book.
and he will make a gesture, and each of you must make a DC 15 charisma save, please.
And Bruce, you have a 1d4 that you can add to your saving throw.
Yes, you are currently eating his talisman.
Wisdom, did you say?
Yes, a DC 15 wisdom. Charisma. I did not say wisdom. No.
Yeah.
DC 15 charisma saving throw.
Thanks
I
for the
just made
+4.
it.
7.
You feel
Is everyone
like a little
standing-
carroty taste.
Is everyone standing next to me?
Yes.
I do something with saving throws.
You passed them, that's for sure. Looking at that
Yeah,
roll.
But all friendly creatures within 10 feet gave a +3 bonus to all saving throws. Standing next to me.
Great. Levi's up to a 10.
Oh
Is-
no!
okay, is this a charm?
Yeah, I suppose in a sense. Sorry, it's a command. It's not very gentle.
Okay, great. With that +3, I get 18.
Is Bruce the only person that failed?
He's the writer. He deserves to die like a writer.
Perfect. As the rest of you watch, Bruce leans over to the desk and picks up a pen that you notice is made of bone. He opens his book and begins to write in it. And you notice that the blood of his veins flows through the pen onto the page. As he writes about meeting an author. One Edgar J. Davidson. He writes about picking up Edgar J. Davidson's book and wishing that he could write a story that would last through the ages. That he wishes that he could write a book that would last forever, and that everybody would pick up and be drawn into. At this moment, each of you, as you see Bruce writing, what would you like to do?
Can I grab his hand or grab the pen from him and stop him from writing?
Give me a strength check, please.
Absolutely.
Can I help her with that?
That-
Because yeah, he, last
20.
person who did. Okay, you got it.
30-20.
Hannah! Welcome along. Hannah, I think you're pretty much only here for the end boss. But as Bruce writes in his book, he writes of the appearance of one final member of the cast. Please, Hannah, if you are in a position where you can join us, let us know and you may introduce your character. Oh, hello there. Perfect. So tell us what Kirva looks like when he arrives. What is your character in terms of race and class?
He's a cat ranger.
He's a cat ranger. Now, why would he not be a cat ranger? At this moment, you all turn round and see a small cat with a flight cap on. It looks like. What sort of time period is Kirva from?
What time period?
Yeah, would he be sort of medieval times? Would he be more recent?
I mean, I would say kind of medieval.
Okay, sort of 1700s, we'll say. And as Kirva sort of flashes into existence next to you... Sorry, Michaela, what was your strength check?
30-20.
A dirty 20. Cool. Unfortunately for you, that means that you will need to make a dexterity save, as you do stop him writing.
That's cool. I'll take that. 18.
Oh, she's passing all the things. You will take half of 8 damage. Woo! You take 4 fire damage as Denny sort of gestures towards you to let him go. However, even this 4 fire damage as your hand it feels like where you're gripping Bruce, he is burning hot. And you let go really quickly, and he carries on writing.
Ooh, can I try something?
Mm-hmm. Please do.
I want to try to Sacred Flame the book.
The book. Fantastic, one of our 2 answers. As your spell reaches towards the book, you see the hood of the creature fall back, and what you see is a single skeleton with rubies for eyes and a steel dagger through the top of its head. Speak with forked tongue. Fool, you cannot stop fate when it is coming for you. Stop writing, you idiot, and dispose of these creatures. And I will ask
Should I
you
roll my
all to
damage for the
roll.
book, or
No,
my spell-
your spell was counterspelled effectively, and I will ask you all to roll initiative, please. This is the one time I will ask you to roll on D&D Beyond.
Ooh, can't wait to die to my party members.
Before we get into combat, can I quickly cast Mage Armor?
Yeah, sure. On your character page,
Wow,
up
my
the...
one-
Hold on, guys, please. On your character page, sort of up in the center, it says initiative plus X. It's next to your armor class, below your walking speed. Got it. Great. I think... Is that everyone? No, I'm missing Levi O'Carroll. I'm missing Tom.
Oh, are you? I rolled. Are you sure I'm missing? I can roll again.
Yeah, it didn't come through.
Okay,
Okay.
I'll roll again. There. Are you? Oh, maybe you're not seeing my rolls.
No, I'm seeing that. That
See
one
it
came
now?
through,
Okay,
yeah.
yeah.
The first one didn't
Okay.
appear, but that one did.
Okay, the first one was like the same.
Cool. And that means Bruce Woodpaw. As you see, well, before Bruce Woodpaw, something else will happen first. As Denny stands up and the room itself, there is fire behind you and fire around you. Because we are in a 20-foot square arena, I'm not going to use a battle map, as you will be able to move in and out of melee range as easily as you would like. Flames appear around the edges of the rooms. The altar itself explodes into dust. Each one of you will need to start by making a wisdom save as you look into the eyes of this creature.
Good rolls today. 23.
18.
And we still get the +3 from being close to.
You do. You do.
You're still standing, yeah, within 10 feet.
You can't find it.
So,
Oh, no, that's fine. You got it. Wisdom 20.
Why is it 20? I thought it was a 1.
The big letter B.
Kirva and Tia, you succeeded. Everybody else failed and is frightened of this creature. It was DC 19.
I can roll again. I have advantage in wisdom against being frightened.
Oh, do you? Oh, you're the courageous mouse. I forgot about that. Yeah.
That is a nat 20.
That is a nat 20. How exciting. So yes, those of you who succeeded, you are not frightened. Those of you who failed, you are. And Bruce Woodpaw, it is your moment to shine. Please, what are you doing?
I was told to attack my team by the witch, right?
No, she said stop writing. He. There's a difficult one. He said stop writing, you fools, and dispose of these idiots. As soon as you took your hand off the pen, you are no longer under his command.
An idiot. Okay. I will pull out my short sword.
I was going to make you beat up the rest of the party, but it's yeah. It wasn't meant to be only one of you. It was meant to be a more even battle. I didn't expect everybody to save. Yes, Scott, what are you doing?
I'll take out my short sword in one hand, and I will run at this man with the forked tongue, and I will swing at him.
Excellent. Please do.
God, my rolls are so laggy.
You got dice, you can roll with them instead. They're probably in a
they're-
box
they're-
somewhere. Yeah.
They're over at my dad's house. That's 14.
14, that is a miss.
All right, and then I will attempt to punch.
Okay, you do have more than one attack, right? You're a monk.
Yeah, I have 2 attacks because I'm a Kenshi, not a. So I only have 2 attacks.
You have 2 attacks and then a bonus action, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the same as every other monk. Okay. So you can swing your sword twice and then punch with your offhand.
Oh, okay.
Do you see what I mean?
Yeah, I'll go for another swing then.
Aye. That you should.
That's just so much better. Oh wait, no, it rolled
I can't
13
see.
at 2
21, that'll hit.
21.
That'll hit.
Okay, I will roll for damage. That is a 6.
Okay.
However, I would like to spend a key point to cause an extra 1d6.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The d6.
Oh, is our music not skipping? I've just noticed that. Sorry, let me fix that.
That is just hovering on that too. So 8 damage in total from that attack.
There we
And I
go.
will punch it.
Let's get into battle. Cool.
That is going to be a 15.
Yep. That's going to miss.
That is going to miss. And that will be my turn.
Okay, at this point it is the time of the lair action as the room heats up. At this particular moment, anybody who does not have resistance to fire, please make a constitution save.
Ooh,
It's just a cons roll. Whoops. I'm going to roll a save.
glad I'm
Oh,
lucky.
I did the same thing, actually.
This is DC 14.
I hit a 14 on my save. Okay,
Okay.
cool.
If you have failed DC 14, you will take 1 point of fire damage.
Yay.
It's for people that failed.
Yeah.
Okay.
And if you succeeded, nothing
Oh,
happens.
gee.
Don't worry, you will understand why this 1 point of fire damage is so relevant in a
I don't
moment.
want to.
Right now, it
Don't
is
worry,
just
please.
1 point of fire damage, but failing has severe repercussions. Levi O'Carroll, it's your turn.
Okay. I mean, he stopped me from hurting the books. I'm guessing that maybe that was a good idea. I'm gonna try to Sacred Flame the book again.
Okay. That is a hard enrage. I love it. What are you doing to the book?
Yeah, I'm gonna Sacred Flame it.
Okay, fantastic. Please roll your damage. It cannot make a wisdom save. It's a dex save, actually, isn't it? Yeah. It can't make a dex save. It's a book.
Okay, it takes 13 radiant damage.
Excellent. And you take... ...14 psychic damage. As you are attacking the story in which you are in. You're a character in the book. I will tell you, however, that as the book is damaged, you do notice that Denny is also damaged equally.
Ooh, that's really good to know.
Okay.
Yeah, as a bonus action, I'm gonna cast Hex on Denny.
Okay. If you failed your con save and took 1 damage, you now take 2 fire damage.
Ouchie.
Tia, you're up. If you succeeded, nothing's happening to you, okay?
I did fail that.
Mm-hmm.
You said some people are afraid right now? Or frightened?
Yes. Who's frightened right now? Simon, Jay, Simon, Kichiro, and Levi. I
Oh,
believe Hannah succeeded.
Yes, I
Wow.
Yeah,
succeeded.
cool. They all raised their hands, that's why I wasn't sure.
if I cast heroism, would that cancel out the
Yes,
fear?
100%.
Okay. Can I know who's going next in the order?
But do bear in mind, it's probably only relevant on people who need to get closer or make melee attacks. Anybody who's going to cast a spell,
Oh,
it's not going to make
okay.
any difference to, I don't think. So I would say Kichiro is most desperately in need of it.
Okay, yeah.
As he is he is a sword person. Yes.
I'm gonna cast heroism on Kichiro.
Cool, that's a bonus action, right?
No, I think it's a regular old
Is it?
action. I
How
know.
shitty. I've always thought heroism was a bonus action spell.
It also gains 3. You also gain 3 temporary hit points.
That you do.
Yay.
And I think as a bonus action, wait, can I channel divinity as a bonus action?
Yep,
Yes.
yep.
Okay. I want to do my champion challenge to Danny. He has to make a wisdom saving throw.
Ooh, a wisdom saving throw on the God of Knowledge, yeah?
Oh, is that bad?
Just a casual bit. He rolls with advantage and he has a plus 12. That's a 28.
Never mind that then. That didn't work.
Sorry. Anything else you'd be fine, but wisdom is his thing.
I'll just walk
okay.
up next to it.
At the end of Tia's turn, if you failed your original con save, you now take 4 fire damage.
I hate that.
Yeah, it's coming for you. And it is... It's okay, though, because it's now his turn, which means that's the end of that lair action. So, I will... say... a blade of flaming sword... A blade? A barrier of flaming swords surrounds Denny. If you are currently standing next to him... if your name is Bruce... you will need to make a dexterity saving throw, please. Oh, actually, when a creature enters the wall's area for the first time or starts its turn there. I suppose you're entering the wall for the first time. Yeah.
An 11. God damn
An
it.
11.
Plus, are we still standing?
Yeah,
up?
plus 3.
Plus 3?
It's a 14.
A 14. That is a fail. Exciting.
Oh, well.
Let's see if he's dead. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I have a question.
Mhm.
Does this count as Bruce being hit by Danny?
Yeah, he's being hit by a blade barrier, so probably not. No.
Okay.
That is 10, 11, 13, 17, 23, 24 fire damage.
Nothing.
Yeah, except it's going to happen every time you want to be in melee range. Cool. And that will conclude his turn. At this point, you will all need to make a fresh con save, please. And from now on, the lair action will appear there. This is a 14 DC, yes?
Nice.
16.
I failed.
If you failed, you take 1 fire damage. Remember that you failed, because you know what's going to happen after Simon's turn. Simon, you're up.
Okay, is there still a roof to this tavern?
Yeah.
Oh, then fuck you.
You can, if there needs to be no roof, you can eject said roof. It isn't relevant to me.
Yes, I will write in my book there is no roof.
There is no roof. And so there was no roof. Yes, no, there's
Okay,
no roof
great.
now.
So, I'm going to use 2 sorcery points to quicken a spell.
Do we all remember the quicken spell rules? If you
Yeah,
quicken
I
a spell,
can.
you may cast 2 spells in a turn. Yes?
Yes.
Cool.
Yeah, so you just see like wind and lightning just surround Simon's body as it raises up in the air to get the fuck away from that guy. And then he needs to make a dexterity saving throw.
Ah, that's more like it. He's not very good at those. That is a 6 plus 4, 10.
Oh, beautiful. So like Simon like channels all this lightning around him and then fires it down in a beam right on top of his stupid skull knife driven head.
Okay.
Dealing plus that's 28 lightning damage.
28 lightning damage. I like it. And then for your second spell,
No, that was my second.
you quickened it, right?
I quicken fly.
Oh, I see. Yes, of course you did. Sorry. Okay. At this moment, he will take a legendary action. Does a... Where's that? Bruce? Does a 12 hit you? Probably not.
God. I have 22 right now.
Yeah, I rolled a 2 on the dice. If you failed your con save, you now take 2 fire damage. Kichiro, you're up.
Yes, Kichiro will draw a short sword and begin moving fluidly as I use my bonus action to activate my blade song. And then I'll rush toward him. With my first hit, I'll use Booming Blade.
You're a blade singer?
Yeah.
Sick.
18 hit.
18 hits.
Okay. So 6 plus. Okay, so it does 6 from the sword, 7 from the booming blade, and then I make a second attack. Second slash.
He's currently looking incredibly unfazed. And I'm wondering whether Josh is going to make it to Strahd. Go on. 12
doesn't
misses.
hit.
12 misses.
Yeah. That's,
I didn't think putting a 17 AC enemy in front of a bunch of level 8s was going to be a problem. But apparently nobody can see the light from the trees and you're all blind. If you failed your constitution save, you will now take 4 fire damage. Anything else, Kachira?
Nah, that's it.
Okay, Hannah, you are up.
Okay. I look at him and I go forward a few steps, pull out my longbow, and I try to shoot him with my arrow.
Okay, so I'll put you at max range, 20 feet away, so that you can shoot as well as you can. Yep, roll to hit for me. That's how you do it. It's nice and easy. Over a 17. Yep, that hits.
5.
Yep. And second attack, I assume?
Yeah. I'll throw one of my daggers at him.
Oh, brutal. Pulling the arrow and then throwing all sorts of objects at this poor guy. Nope, you've hit the wall.
I miss.
Yep. Any bonus action for you?
I only have bonus actions into weapon fighting, so no, I don't have a bonus action.
Okay, cool. That's fine. And if you failed your constitution save, you will now take 8 fire damage. It's coming for you.
Boy.
I don't have a lot of life left.
No. As he will make a legendary action and swing at our dear friend Bruce. That is a 22 to hit. It's a bit more like it, isn't it?
Exact.
Oh, is it? Exactsies. Lovely. We love an Exactsies.
Oh, actually, you know what? I'm gonna use my reaction to use my Rebuke of the Talisman, and he takes 3 psychic damage and is pushed 10 feet back.
Okay. 3.
Pulse in my stomach going nuts.
Yeah.
Bruce, you may take your reaction to make an opportunity attack if you wish, as can Kichiro.
Yes.
3 psychic damage.
But the movement back is when you guys get to go. I wouldn't normally roll that, but you guys are getting bumfucked here, so. Yep.
Ooh. Nope. Definitely did not hit.
Yeah, that's gonna be a no for me too.
Great. Bruce, your turn.
My turn.
Yeah.
All right. Well, first of all, let's start with. Wait, you didn't tell me how much damage I was gonna. Did I not take damage there from that exact?
Oh, sorry. Did I not read that out to you? Oh yeah, because he did a reaction to push me away. Does that not make my attack miss?
It should.
No, it doesn't.
Oh, it still hits? Oh, okay, great. Brilliant. I love that. That's 9 bludgeoning damage.
All right, and then.
I'm
since I
not
started
finished.
first,
Don't be
I was,
stupid. I've not only done 9 bludgeoning damage to you. I just needed to
was
get
gonna
some
kill
other
myself
dice.
anyway.
Yeah, and then you take 11 psychic damage.
All right, and now go ahead and roll for me for my being downed, please.
You're down by that? Fantastic.
No.
Down?
I'm saying roll for me being down by the flame of sword, the sword wall that I'm inside of right now.
Oh, you're not. He got pushed 10 feet backwards.
Oh, and if I enter, I take damage. Oh no, it's only if I enter for the first time, right?
No, if you enter, you will take damage.
I am going to.
Can you
back
do anything
up.
from 10 feet away? Yeah, I don't know. Maybe you can. Go on. Back up. There's a party in the town. And also, I completely forgot that Kichiro should have also taken damage from that blade bow. That's fine. Carry on, as you were.
Oh no, I forgot to give myself a fucking bow.
You didn't give yourself a bow? I don't know. Can't you throw a sword?
We're in a tavern. Pick up a chair.
We're not in a tavern. You entered the room and all there was an altar and flames around you.
No more chairs.
Hmm.
And the altar exploded. It exploded into pieces.
So what you're telling me, Bruce, is you can't do anything? You want to wait till he drops concentration?
I was gonna try and break concentration, but I can't do that with 15 health. So I'm going to just hold my action until.
Yeah. Are you taking patient defense as a bonus?
Yeah, I'll take.
That's probably a great
You
idea.
can make a
Okay.
concentration check when I hit.
Yes. Fresh con saves, please. But something slightly different now.
No.
Oh god, please.
Bad. Really bad.
Ow.
Okay, if
There.
you have failed
There.
this one
Wait.
and you failed the previous one,
Oh, wait, we still have the +3, right?
yes.
Yeah. Well,
Okay, I have a 15.
15.
Okay, it's only DC 14. Did anybody get? Oh,
Just
yes.
well.
It's Bruce
but I
and
didn't fail the
Kirva.
one before.
No, but Bruce
I
and
get the
Kirva
+3
both
for
failed
15.
this time, didn't they? And last
Well, we
time,
got
right?
the +3.
Okay.
I succeeded on all of them. including
Okay, so if anybody failed the last save and this save, they will take 16 fire damage. Anyone failed this one, but not the last one, they will take 1. Okay? And yes, Kirva, your next one is going to be 32. So,
What?
good luck.
What?
Because it doubles every time. It doubles every time. Don't worry, it only has 2 turns left, so you can't survive 32 and 64, can you?
No,
Um,
I only have 22 health left.
Okay, I will say to you guys, this is because the room is aflame. Yeah? Levi, what are you doing?
Oh, I mean, oh my god, so many people are like literally about to die. I mean,
Yeah.
Bruce is the one that is looking worse right now, right?
Yeah, I'm a very charred up mouse.
Kirva is dead next turn.
So
Like, before we get to the turn of Denny, Kirva is screwed.
Okay, yeah.
So,
So,
save her.
yep, I'm gonna go for that. I'm gonna go to my buddy so she doesn't die next turn. So,
Mhm.
I'm gonna
She's still gonna
spend.
No, he might be able to get him above 32 HP.
yeah, but she has to take a 64 too.
Which I think is more than her max HP.
Yes.
Okay, at this moment, give me an intelligence check, all of you.
Okay.
Oh god, remember when I said I'm stupid? Here it
I'm
is.
also a
Aha,
little
22.
Can anybody give me anything above a 20? Above a 22, right. I will let you all metagame off of Kichiro's intelligence, as standing in a burning building is really hot. It does have a door.
No, we
Just
can
fly
leave.
like me.
There's no roof.
There's no roof as well, you know, if you want to go upwards, but if not, just out would
Okay.
save you.
I get it now. I get
Okay,
it
perhaps
now.
you can
Okay.
pick up Kirva in your arm and carry her outside.
I like that.
Okay, I'm gonna. God, yeah, no, I'm gonna heal Bruce. I'm gonna
Okay.
heal Bruce.
Wait,
For bonus action.
I've just read what his Eldritch Blast does. Just knock her out the room.
Bruce, as a bonus action, you see some light coming out of Levi's hand as you're healed. I'm gonna heal you for 5d6.
Ooh.
So you heal 2, you heal 3, you heal 5, you heal 3, and you heal 6.
13, 19.
19, yeah.
Just typed them in one by one as he did them.
Cool, that works. Yep. Okay.
So that was my bonus action.
Mm-hmm.
Now, as an action before leaving this hot sphere of death, because I'm not strong enough to carry anybody out of here, so what I'm
No,
gonna
that
try
ain't
to
good.
do to give us a little time is I need our Denny buddy to do a strength saving throw.
That's a 5.
That fails as you see Levi's little rabbit hands start like shining with radiant yellow energy and then Levi shining similarly as I cast Grasping Light.
Mm-hmm.
Levi takes 25 radiant damage, and he's restrained until the beginning of my next turn.
Brilliant. Not only
That's
that,
good
but he also, yeah, he also only got an 11 for the concentration, so that is broken. You did say 25, right, on the damage?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, because I only see a 20. Oh, there's a 5 beneath it.
Oh,
Sorry, yeah, there's a 5
plus
beneath it.
1d6.
Oh, great. Yeah, hex him away. Yeah, 27. Okay, brilliant. Now then he's beginning to look a bit pissed. And you're going to get out. Okay.
Yeah, and he's restrained
action that I
until the
saved.
beginning of my next turn.
Okay, the room is getting hotter. If you have failed your previous con save 1, you will take 2 damage. If you last took 16 damage, you will take 32. Tia, you're up.
I'm very conflicted because I think Kira's down.
Hannah, are you down?
Yeah, I
Okay.
have to do death saves.
Okay, not yet. Not yet. You're okay.
Yeah.
We'll get there. You're conflicted because you want to get out the room, but Kira is dying.
Can I pick her up
Yeah.
and pick her
I
up?
believe she's 3 foot tall. I'm not even going to ask you for a strength check.
Okay.
Just pick her up and run.
Is that my movement or is that an action?
That's just your
'Cause I
movement.
would like-
And you're free.
Okay.
It's your free action. Interact with an object. Sorry to objectify you, but I think it's. I think that's how that one works.
Okay, so yeah, like a football
Mhm.
player, I run by and grab her like the ball under my arm.
Brilliant.
Kira's out the building. I'm gonna lay on hands.
Oh, and you've got the heal at the end of it. See, you're fine. I really didn't think. I mean, I suppose a battle map would have been helpful, but I really didn't think anyone was going to stay in the burning building. It just completely blew my mind.
Rangers mouse.
Yeah.
I thought it was just cool set dressing.
No.
How much health do you? What is your max health? Hannah?
60?
Health is 60.
Okay, well I can't heal all that.
No.
But I will give you 20.
Nice.
Ah,
That's helpful.
that's
Okay.
very helpful.
And that's my action. Can I also do a bonus action?
I can breathe.
Yeah, we did CPR. I got the smoke out of the lungs. How long is this? Okay, as a bonus action, I want to cast Thunderous Smite.
Ooh. You can't cast Smite without hitting someone first.
Oh, okay.
It's when you hit.
Forget that bit. No, not my Divine Smite.
Yeah,
I have a
all
spell.
all smites work the same way,
Oh,
I
the
believe.
smite?
Yeah.
Okay.
You just replace Divine Smite with Thunderous or Branding or... The Paladin is by far the most confusing spell for action, bonus action, can I hit, can I cast things. I wouldn't even wonder. And you're already
Yeah.
concentrating, aren't you, on heroism? So you can't cast Shield of
Yeah,
Faith.
okay, you're right.
Yeah,
Forget that.
cool.
My turn.
Marvelous. That brings us to our little boss. At this moment, you see a divine word write itself in the sky. It says, knowledge is power, which is 3 words, but fuck it. And if you have less than 10 hit points, does anybody have less than 10 hit points right now? Great, no one died. Isn't that exciting?
Oh,
If you have less than 30 hit points, you are... Sorry, less than 20 hit points, you are stunned. Anybody have less than 20?
20.
I
I
have
just
just,
picked
I'm
her
just
at 20.
20.
20 is enough. If you've got 19 or below, you're stunned. Is anybody stunned? Okay, if you have below 30 hit points, you are deafened.
I can work with that.
Okay.
Hey, where do I find that?
You don't necessarily need to do anything with it, though, if you wish. Do you see to the right of where you rolled initiative? It says defenses and then conditions. If you click on conditions, it will give you the option to tick on the deafened box. There you go. And all of you will... sorry, no, you're not just deafened. You need to make a charisma save first. You were the first one we got to, so you will need to make a charisma save because you're below 30
I'm
HP.
very good at Christmas. 24.
Oh, fantastic. So, you are not deafened, nor blinded. Kirva, you
we
got
saved?
18 and a 24. Yeah, 18 is the DC, so you both succeeded. Which is fine. If you are below 40 HP, you will need to make a charisma save, please. And that includes the ones who've already rolled for 30.
Total 12.
Stay on the 19. Stay on the 19. Yes! That's 20.
Okay, DC 18. If you get above an 18, you will take 9 damage. If you get below an 18, you will take 18 radiant damage. And that is the end of that skill.
Was that Denny's turn?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, half of his turn.
Wait,
Yeah?
That was
I
one of
thought
his actions.
Denny was restrained until the start of Levi's
That doesn't
next
stop
turn.
him casting a spell.
Uh.
It just reduces his movement to 0 and gives him disadvantage on attacks. And as a bonus action, he will push out with his hands. And you see small flames come from the wall into his hands as he grasps 2 coils of flame. What they do, you haven't got a fucking clue. Simon, you're up.
I'm gonna need him to make 2 dex saves.
2 dex saves. Alright. That's a 15 and a 12. Oh, he
Great.
fails them anyway. He auto-fails anyway. Yeah.
Okay, great, yeah. So I'm gonna use 2 sorcerer points to bonus action one of these, and I'm gonna cast one at 4th level and one at 3rd level. And I'm just gonna beam down like just waves of lightning at him.
Okay.
First one dealing 33 lightning damage, and the second
Why 33?
one,
Not 31.
because ones are counted as 2s.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
And then that's 25 lightning damage for the second.
Okay, he's looking hurt. He's
Oh, and by the
finally
way,
looking
if
hurt.
if he's resistant to lightning or thunder, he's not.
He's not. Okay. Does that conclude your turn?
I'm just gonna shout out, Storm would be so proud of me.
Okay, legendary action. He yanks the coils on these flames and pulls them together as the walls collapse inwards. If you are still in the building, you must make a strength check.
Who else got out besides me and
Me.
Gosh, I'm so glad
Levi.
I'm lucky.
Dude, nat 20. God bless.
18
Okay.
plus 3, 21.
If you
Yeah,
got...
nat 20, so 24.
Okay, great. If you got an 18 or above, you will take half
I'm so going down.
of 28 bludgeoning damage. So you'll take 14 bludgeoning damage, and if you got it below an 18, you will take 28.
I'm down.
Josh, you don't have to make a save, obviously. You're above it. Oscar?
So I'm going to use this opportunity before my next turn to use my last turn that I saved.
Oh, you're
This
going
is
to now use your
concentration
action
move.
that you saved, yeah?
So I'm going to attack.
Okay, that's fine. You may attack.
Advantage.
You have advantage. No, it's your turn. Yes, you have advantage.
Hey, that's not going to hit.
There's just a whole lot of ... when it comes to your rolls in my D&D Beyond.
Yeah, it takes a second. I can see where it lands. And
Okay,
then tell
just let me
you,
know
and
what
then
you...
it'll show up.
You're rolling at advantage, yes?
Yeah, so I'm rolling for the second one.
Yeah.
Da-da-da-da.
You know you can just right-click it and click advantage and roll with advantage.
That's so crazy that I didn't know that. That's a 17.
That'll hit.
My dice are rolling at speeds unbeknownst to the regular man. It's gonna be 3 damage.
Okay, make a dex save.
Okay. Holy fuck, this is so slow.
Oh my god, I rolled like
That's a
shit.
16.
Okay, you failed, but that's 7 fire damage.
Oh wait, you have 1d4. You can add a 1d4 to your saving throw.
Oh, that's true.
Okay,
Let's add a d4
well,
to the
you
top
only...
of that.
Yeah, you just need to get a 2 on it.
My rolls have been so good today, I expect a 2.
Mm-hmm.
It is exactly a 2.
You take 3 fire damage instead from Hellish Rebuke. Which, by the way, is on a 3d8. And, you second hit? You get 2 hits, right?
Yeah, and I've got a sneaking suspicion that I'm going to eat shit if I attack him again.
No, he can't Hellish Rebuke you twice. He can't use a reaction twice in a round.
Oh, sweet. My
I think
second
he is
hit
a
will
god.
yet again be with a
Wait,
short
he is a god. Maybe I should Hellish Rebuke you every time you hit him.
sword. You gotta tell me before.
Give
I
me these
roll.
ideas, you know? This is sounding great. I'm not telling you what his mechanics are, but no, he
That's
can't react
a
twice in a
nat-
turn.
That's a nat
That's a
one,
miss.
however,
Fantastic.
Advantage.
Yes. Oh, okay, yes, that advantage thing.
That is another nat 1.
Great, Kichiro, you're up.
I have a bonus.
Death save.
You held an action. You can't hold an action and a bonus action and the whole rest of your turn. Kichiro, go.
Yeah, I gotta make a death save.
Oh, make a death save. Yeah, fantastic. That's what I like to hear.
We're here for.
Oh! That's 2 fails. Beautiful.
Oh,
Um,
no.
Yeah, that's 3 nat 1s in a row.
Kirva. Hannah, you're up. I believe you have 2 HP and are standing outside the building, but you're holding a bow, so you can fire inwards.
Oh, I only have 2 HP. Okay.
I don't know, do you? I thought you got hit by the 18. Radiant. Or did you not? No, you didn't. Okay, you know, you're cool. You have 20.
She saved.
Yeah, she saved.
Okay,
Yeah.
I thought I missed something.
No. You saved. You're fine.
Okay, where is Kichiro? Where is he?
Kichiro, he's inside the burning building that nearly set you alight. I probably wouldn't go in there if I was you. Denny is looking injured. Severely injured. I will give you that.
Is Denny outside?
No, he's inside, but you have a bow.
True.
And he's also pulled the walls down, right? So there's no, like... He's within the flames, but there's no actual walls between him and you. Just
There's
flames.
Flooring.
Yeah, flooring and flames, yeah. Exactly.
Flooring and flames, okay. Well, since I cannot cast Cure Wounds on Kichiro or anything like that, I will use my longbow to try to hit him.
Great decision. He's in a lot of pain.
14.
That's a
Does that
miss.
hit? That's a
You have advantage. You have advantage still.
uh,
Because he's still restrained. It feels like 7 months since he got restrained, but don't worry, it's only been half a round.
oh, does that mean I can roll twice?
Yeah. Advantage, you roll
Okay.
twice and take the higher roll.
Okay, yeah. Well,
Oh dear. Okay, second attack.
I'll try to hit him again.
Yeah, that's a great decision. Hey! Okay, roll again, see if you crit. But if not, make your damage. No, that's not a crit.
18.
Yeah, God, the +5. That's terrifying. Yeah, that hits. Roll your damage.
4.
Oof. Guys, where did you get these dice?
Oh,
Does that conclude your turn?
Yes, that's
Okay.
It's my turn.
Bruce, you're up. Are you up?
Am up.
Oh, fantastic. And you're in melee range. That's good.
I am in
Wait,
melee
are you in the building?
Yes, I am.
But you succeeded your con save.
I have never missed a con save.
Lucky you, your dice work for something. Great, go ahead. Attack a bit. You still have advantage.
Something tells me I will be getting hellish rebuked.
No, it's 1 round. He hasn't had his turn back. It's just you
Oh.
that weirdly held your action past his turn. Yeah.
I will swing the swung.
Swing, swing, swung. Great.
Swing, swing, swung. At my 3-mile-per-hour dice. Ooh, that is a 19. That's a 27.
That'll hit.
I'm gonna roll for crit.
I've got a week, don't worry.
It's not rolling. Dice.
Your second roll is a 6.
My second. No, it rolled. It's
Oh, okay.
just taking its time.
It is fucking taking its time. It's taking Josh's
It's
time, that's
spinning.
what it's doing.
It is spinning. That is a 14, so I'll take my first. Okay. First attack is going to be a 2 damage.
2.
Yep. The second attack.
You
I
rolled
will
3 dice to do 2 damage? Holy shit.
Did. Let's roll with advantage real quick for my second attack.
What's wrong with you guys? Your dice.
We're living it.
You sure your class doesn't do anything else? Like, is that all it does? Is...
Well, if I
2 damage
I
a hit?
add a d6 to it, but that's a 27 to hit.
That
again.
hits.
Okay, we're gonna roll damage again. That's big 5 damage. We're gonna spend a key
It can't be
point
5
to
damage. It can't be
add a
5
D6.
damage. That's impossible.
Oh, it's 11. 10,
10, yes.
10 damage.
So the other one
Sorry.
was 7.
Yeah,
instead
the
of
other one
2.
was 7. Yeah, the other one was 7.
Okay, I was gonna say...
and we're gonna add a d6 on top of that.
You've just fucked off your modifiers completely. That's why you're doing no damage. Okay, got it.
Well, I also have only landed one hit before this. That's gonna add a.
And it did more damage to you than it did to it?
Yeah, that's gonna do.
Okay,
5 damage
he
on
is
top.
incredibly wounded.
And then I'm going to attack one more time.
You're going to flurry of blows now, right?
I am going to flurry of the blows for
Okay.
2 extra attacks.
Both at advantage, which means you need to roll a d20 4 times. Wish us all luck, waiting for that to happen.
This is the first one's going to be a 20,
That hits.
not nat, just
That
20.
hits.
And then we'll roll that again for a crit. So how's everybody's day?
Can you please just give me the damage on flurry of blows? Is that alright? I don't actually need any of the other rolls. Just give me the damage.
1d6 plus 5.
+5? Great. Please describe his ugly demise. He had 3 HP, and I'm waiting for you to roll 4 d20s. It's killing me.
Gotta figure out why the browser's so laggy. Alright, well, I mean, seeing as how it was a flurry of blows, I'm just gonna absolutely crack his skeleton with my fists as it turns into powder with pure muscle and strength.
Okay. And you hear a voice from behind you as the skeleton falls. As a figure in a cowl walks towards you from the abandoned building. He pulls his cowl back, and he is a skeletal figure. But you recognize this as the skeleton of the author that wrote the most recent book. As he looks up at you and says, "Please skip the music. Because I've tried 3 times and nothing's happening. Thank you."
Very interesting. Very upset.
He looks up at you and, well, take a pen. And he gestures towards the altar within the flames. Is anybody going to pick Kachiro up, please?
Please.
Somebody kindly heal him.
Closest.
Great.
I'm right.
We'll use lay on hands, cure wounds, and celestial light healing.
Healing light to
All the things. And he says to you, please take a pen. And each of you will be able to take a single bone pen. Bruce, you are still holding yours. Or, well, you weren't actually. I think you put it down. But anyway, you're able to find it on the floor. And with each of your pens, you may write in your own blood into your book your fate. I'm assuming that the majority of us will choose to return to our homeland. But is there anybody else who wanted to write anything else? Simon.
Can I try something?
Yeah, of course you can. Let's go to Levi first. Levi?
Can I try to return to my homeland with Olivia?
And as you do step out into your homeland, you turn to your left, and there is a girl looking at you, saying, "Where am I? I was in the tavern. I stepped out, and then I was gone for a moment."
You're back! It worked! Hey, this it's gonna take some getting used to, but you were trapped in a book, and well, this was the best I could do to get you out. Oh, we're gonna have a lot of fun together.
She looks around, sort of absolutely terrified as to why she's gone from being in a book to being kidnapped, but she's okay with it. Simon, what were you
You're
going to
right.
write?
Okay, I'm gonna write in my book that I am gonna return to my world, but instead of the Starbucks where I was sat reading the book, I'm gonna return back to the X Mansion, and Professor X was never been born, and I've always been the leader of the X-Men, and they are actually called S-Men.
I love it.
Then
Tia, anything in particular? Actually, before we go to the rest of you, would any of you like to write anything particularly unusual in your book, or are you all just returning home? The rest of you. Great, that's fine. You'll get over it, Bruce. In that moment, then, I'm going to take us to MVPs. I'm just very aware that we have a very short amount of time. So, we do something at the end of every session called MVPs, which is your most valuable thing, really, not most valuable person. You can choose an object, you can choose a moment, you can choose an action. An example of an MVP might be the brick that was thrown down an endless hole that arrived 6 episodes later in someone's head. It could be the umbrella that sheltered you from a tidal wave, or it could be the player that did something particularly inspiring or interesting, or made you laugh, or something in the story that you thought was great. So, I'll come first to Josh, as you know the drill. Josh, your MVP, please.
My MVP is definitely going to be Michaela picking up Hannah like a football and just charging out of the tavern.
Yeah, I definitely can agree with that. That was a good moment for me. Oscar, you've done this as well. What's your MVP?
By far, my MVP is it's gotta be Starfish with the obsession with Oblivia throughout the entirety of the campaign.
For reference, Tom is Starfish. Levi is Starfish is Tom. You've just chosen the one name that's not on the screen.
And then the one thing I did want to say is my book, the thing that I was going to write is that when Josh gets home, Simon trips.
I like it. Michaela, your MVP.
I was gonna say the same as Oscar. I like how Tom's obsession with Olivia paid off in the end.
True love.
It was a beautiful thing. I won't be harsh to Hannah. She only came back for a combat, so instead I'm gonna give Hannah the MVP. For arriving in time to do a grand total of about 11 damage and die. It was really quite brutal. You missed all the story and the interesting bit and just got burnt alive and carried out like a football.
Yeah, I came back to something about writing with your own blood, a book, and someone named Edgar trapped in it, and I was like, okay, cool.
Well, yeah. It'll be available on YouTube if you want to watch it back as an amusing moment. Jay, your MVP.
Honestly, Tomas saying like, the book ate her?
I know, right? What bit of her soul going into the book meant it ate her? But I liked it. I liked the flavor of that. No, I think it was a lot of fun. So yeah, thank you guys for rolling with it. I know that it was a little bit unusual as concepts go, but I thought it was a bit of fun. And hopefully it gives you an idea of how sessions might play out. So in terms of stream, if you guys would like to say goodbye, without further ado, we are going to finish there.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Adios, mi amigos.
And we're actually just going to hang, and then we're going to raid Kira. So thank you very much for being here, and I shall see you soon. However, Curse of Strahd begins in 7 minutes. If you want to watch Josh die, turn up for that. See you in a moment.